Well, hello, everyone. How are y'all doing tonight? Yeah, I was going to do this stream earlier today, but it seemed like everybody went live, so I decided to do the nighttime stream like I normally do. I know, I know a good portion of people are awake at night. Some people across the pond are just now waking up, but you know how it is with my stream. We do a good chill stream for probably about a song, maybe two songs. Then then we discuss what's going on. So, so with further ado, let me let me put the music on and let's have a chill stream. Hey, Shelly sis, how you doing? Hey, Paul, how you doing? Like always, just gonna chill for a few minutes, let everybody get in, say hi to everybody, and talk for a couple of minutes. Then we'll discuss what's going on with the live stream. Hey, CR brother, you did a good premiere today. I like seeing your videos. Nice. Yeah, we'll chat and everything. We'll discuss and chat. And notice that a couple of YouTubers have took my ideas and made videos of them in the tactical prepping communities and stuff. But yeah, we'll wait until a few more people join. You know, after this song restarts and everything, I'll turn it off. And then we'll start. I'm driving right now, so if I miss anybody's comments, sorry. Just got off from work, heading home. That's fine, Shelly. That's fine, sis. Steve's a good guy. I love Steve. I haven't been to his streams in a while because when he goes live and everything, I'm usually in meetings and stuff. Alright. So, the opening music is done now. So, we'll get that all out of the ears right now. But yeah, I like Steve. Steve's a good guy. Yes, sir. So yeah, I I was sent some videos that big name prepper channels and everything have started making videos and everything on. And you know how I've always said that we as a community need to start looking at the future and get away from the past ideas of prepping and survival and bushcrafting and all this stuff, and look at the way the world is going now and not how it was 100 years ago. I mean, 100 years ago is a long time. 100 years is a very long time. That is a life of a single person, from start to finish. But, I've been harping on that and wanting that to be seen. Well, a couple of YouTubers that I've never even heard of before, because it seems like every field, every hobby on YouTube, for every one person in that field, there's 100 more that you don't even know about or never even heard of. Hey Oz, you haven't missed anything yet, brother. I'm just ranting. But I was sent a couple of videos from some big name YouTubers. I'm talking about like 100,000 plus, subscribers on their channel. And when I was talking about changing the way of the gray man mindset, and it seems like some bigger YouTubers have listened to my rants, because just recently, in the last 2 days, a big name YouTuber with 153,000 subscribers did an hour-long video on talking about changing the mindset of the gray man. Brainwashing people to believe that they need a plate carrier chest, they need all this tactical camouflage, whatever. They need all these guns, and and that's not how it is, especially in today's society, and it's true. If an SHTF situation happened and you're trying to be a gray man and trying to get out of the situation, say you're in the city and you're trying to get out into the rural parts of the world, you're not going to be carrying around a tactical, full automated AR-15 strapped to your back, and you're not going to have a submachine gun hanging off your waist and having all this military camo gear rolling around in a urban environment. Because for one, all that gear, all that items that you have in your vehicle and on you and rolling around looking like a military personnel trying to get out of the city during an SHTF situation. You know how many military outposts and checkpoints that you're going to have to go through to try to get out of the city? Hey Vegas, how you doing, sis? Oh yeah, Oz, yeah, they do. They copy and paste. But it I'm not mad about it, because if I was mad about it, I would be contradicting myself. I'm glad a bigger channel is bringing this to light, you know, because it'd be better for a big channel like that person's 153,000 subscribers to use my idea, and because he's going to have more people listening to his channel than me sitting with almost 600 people. But I'd like to have, a little kudos, or something like that to it. I'm good, Vegas sis. Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, Oz, having a Hello Kitty, if you were wearing a Hello Kitty shirt, seriously, nobody would look at you weird in the community the way it is. But if you walked around in full tactical 511 black camo gear, I mean, okay, this is coming from a security guard standpoint. We are made to look at people that are not trying to blend in with everybody. The ones that are trying to be outside of the norm. If there's a group of college students at a bus stop and every single one of them has flamboyant anime, like Japanese, like Asian style clothing from animes and all this stuff, that is the norm, you know? Bright and flashy and ridiculous. But the one guy that's sitting there with a Molly Type 2 511 72-hour bag and, tactical cargo pants and a button-up shirt and clean, clean cut hair that is, either styled good or whatever, and has dark shades on, that's a person that we're taught in security to look at, to watch. The one that is away from everybody else, that is not on a cell phone, that is not on TikTok or watching YouTube, but like watching around him. That sends up a red flag to any security personnel, because you don't know who that person is. Yeah, he may be ex-military. He may be whatever, but he's standing out like a sore thumb in a crowd of what they call in 2022 normalcy, or whatever, however you say that. It's it's a very much red flag, especially if he has tactical boots on and everything that screams military or screams tactical. That you can't be doing that in a urban environment. You know, if he was more out in the country or something like that, yeah, he could get away with wearing, tactical pants and all this stuff and everything like that, but not in a urban environment. Hey, David, how you doing? I'm describing your future husband, Shelly. Oh, oh, that's great, Shelly. Where is he? Well, there's a lot of them that have that mindset, Shelly, because we as preppers and all this stuff have been brainwashed to buy all this tactical military grade stuff. But in an SHTF situation, there is no sense in armoring yourself out with like a plate carrier battle vest, H suspenders, a butt pack, a molly pack, camo, like tactical camo gear in an urban environment. There's just no reason for that. And in an SHTF situation, no matter what, even if you did have a plate carrier on your chest and you had all this stuff, people are going to look at you as a target. They're going to be saying, look at this person. Look at all the gear he has that I could swipe. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to be in the next building over or down the street from you, and they're going to pop you in the head and put you down and go and scavenge your gear. Right, Oz, yeah. I don't know, probably, Shelly. But in an urban environment, like how we were talking early, a couple of streams ago, Oz, the majority of preppers in today's society all live in a city. They all live in an urban environment, correct? The mass majority of them still live in an urban environment. But even it, like me, okay, I'm a bug-in prepper. I am not going to leave my castle unless I have to. Yes, I have tactical gear. I have camouflaged gear. I have, you know, everything that I need to survive in my environment. But I also have the urban survival equipment, the urban 511 tactical pants, the LA police gear shirts. In this day of age, you need to right, right, David. You know, that's kind of this that's kind of the same thing in San Antonio. You know, San Antonio is called Military City. There is all the time military, army, navy, all the time running around in their BDUs, stuff like that. But they are also, you know, people know who military is, and then people know who military isn't, especially if you're in a military type city. You know what I mean? Like, if you're walking around in Army BDUs and you have no name tag on you, you have no rank or anything, they're unmarked BDUs. People know you're not in the military. So they look at you like, why are you walking around in BDUs in 80 to 90 degree weather? You know, that's a throw off. That also that also raises a lot of questions to people. Why are you in an urban environment in BDUs, you know, that are unmarked? Hey, clown, how you doing, brother? Hey, kitten, how you doing? Good night, kitten. Well, but here's the thing. You you load down your car with everything that you need in your car, but to get out of the situation, don't wear everything on you. You know, have everything put in bags, because once you get through like a military checkpoint or anything. Hey, Cassie, how you doing, sis? Right, Oz. Yes. But there's a difference between but there's a difference between prepping in the city and how to prep in the city. You know what I mean? Like, that's like you living in the city, and you live in the city, but all your gear and everything is for bushcrafting and in the wilderness. You have nothing in your bags or in your preps to handle being in an urban environment, but you live there. You know, it's kind of like putting a triangle into a square hole. Why are you why are you prepping for all this mindset of being outside in the wilderness, but you're nowhere near the wilderness? It's kind of like me. I live I live in the country. I live on 7 acres in the country in the middle of the woods. Why would I be prepping for urban survival if I live nowhere near the city? Oh yeah, I do. I raise rabbits all the time for food. But the mindset, the mindset, Oz, of the way all preppers are thinking, the mindset that we have been brainwashed to believe through YouTube, through social media, through prepping forums, through whatever, has changed the mindset of everybody. They think when SHTF happens, they're going to throw on their full ammo kit. They're going to throw on a SWAT team tactical gear, and they're going to go out and just have fun and do whatever that they need to do to survive. And that's not how this world is going to work. Especially if you're a prepper with all this camo and tactical gear and everything, and you are in a major city. The first thing is the army's going to come in. The army is going to set up barricades. They're not going to let you out of the city. You're going to have to find a way to get out of the city before the barricades are set up, before the military encampments are set up. You are going to have to figure out or get barricaded into the city. Oh yeah. Yeah, prepper and homesteader, yeah, they're different. Just like a survivalist and a bushcrafter are different. But we all learn the same idea structure from each other. Like bug-in preppers. Bug-in preppers are more of a homesteader type prepper than a bug out prepper. A bug out prepper is more of a bushcrafting type prepper. They're the ones that will throw everything and anything, the small stockpile that they have, they will throw that into their bug out vehicle, bug out SUV, whatever, and do like what Clown said. They will head out to the woods and try and make a little homestead and all this stuff out in the middle of God knows where country. Yes. It's there's certain things like me. Right, Oz. Yeah. And a survivalist is a person that can be dropped off in the middle of the woods and their sole purpose is getting out and getting back home. That's the true word of a survivalist anymore. I mean, because technically, all preppers, all homesteaders, and bushcrafters are considered survivalist in a SHTF situation. There is no reason to be a survivalist. There really isn't. Yeah. But the difference is the way we have been brainwashed, the way preppers, homesteaders, bushcrafters have been brainwashed to be able to buy tactical gear, to buy ex-military items, and they believe that they're going to be rolling around with a 30-06 on their back. They think they're going to be carrying a bullpup machine gun on their side, and then they're going to be carrying two desert eagles on their sides. They think this is their time to shine. Yeah, see, we're getting off the subject of the gray man. The gray man theory. The the gray man theory is the way we have been bred to think by ex-military soldiers writing God knows what survival book and how to do this and how to do that books. We've also been brainwashed by ex-military soldiers on YouTube, Facebook, prepping channels. We've been brainwashed to believe like how the military mindset. Good job, Oz. Good job. You get a gold star today for that. But the term gray man is to blend in with current society. Even when the term gray man came around in the 1950s, it said, look at the situation that you're into and blend in with the surroundings. Do not ghost yourself. Do not make yourself a target. And in 2022, the normal is not normal anymore. In 1950, the normal was people wearing a button-up white iron shirt, slack pants, dress shoes, and a tie. And maybe a jacket. Well, technically, yes, Oz. I mean, it is kind of a contradiction, seeing somebody in their 40s and 50s wearing a Hello Kitty shirt. I mean, well, technically, with anime and all that stuff, you actually see that. You see guys in their 40s and their 50s wearing, cartoon clothing from animes. I mean, hell, when I was guarding a bus stop Sunday, on my 16-hour shift, I saw a white guy come off the bus, and he was in full Scottish getup. He had his kilt on, he had his targan on, he had all this stuff, and nobody paid any attention to him. People just let him just walk by wearing a kilt and everything. So I mean, technically anything and everything can go except for tactical gear. I mean, it's hard to see anybody wearing tactical gear. You will see hundreds and hundreds of like college students and people that ride the bus lines. Everybody on the bus line wears backpacks. You see so many different types of backpacks. But nowadays you're seeing more tactical like Molly backpacks, like the 511 backpacks and stuff like that, carried around on college students. And where you see more businessmen, like business attire and stuff like that, you see more of the Swiss gear backpacks on them. But everything kind of has a place anymore. Like here, should I say here in Texas? I mean, I know 10 years ago back in Tennessee, if you wore overalls and a camouflage shirt and a camouflage hat and everything, nobody would pay any attention to you because that was the normal clothing. But now, when I went back to Tennessee, probably about 4 years ago when my aunt died and my dad got sick, you don't see any country folk wearing overalls and camo gear or anything anymore. You see country folk riding big jacked up trucks and wearing Nike, Adidas, all that kind of clothing now. And that just goes to show you that even the norm from just within the last 10 years has changed, even in the Dixie South of America. It may not change in a lot of rural areas, but in the bigger part of the cities, because every small rural area is still connected to a bigger city. And you have to look not only in your small community the way the people dress, but you have to look outside, and you have to take notice of where you're going to have to be, where you're going to have to get your stuff, where you're going to have. I mean, most people work inside the cities. So you carrying a 72-hour get home bag and you have a change of clothes in your backpack, because we all have a change of clothes in our 72-hour get home bag. Say you're a businessman like me. I'm wearing my security guard clothes right now. In my get home bag, I have a change of clothes that I'm more comfortable in. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my get home bag and I'm going to change out of my clothes and I'm going to put on my urban gear clothes, which is blue jeans, a basic t-shirt, and my boonie hat. And then I'm going to wear the same boots I have because I can change those once I get home. But I'm going to look like anybody else. I'm going to look like other people. I'm not going to try to hide myself. Because once you try to hide, once you try to get out of the eye of people, you look suspicious. It goes to the whole entire thing, you know. Monkey see, monkey do, or follow the flock idea. I'm not gonna say everybody go and get a, you know, anime jacket and shirt and everything and put, you know, Beats headphones on your head and walk around. No, don't do that. But don't put on sunglasses and a baseball cap and, you know, when it's not sunny outside, when you don't need that stuff. Don't try to hide multiple different weapons on you. Leave the weapons in your backpack. You're not going to need any of that stuff. You're not going to need your handgun. You're not going to need your full tang 12-inch Bowie knife on your side to get out of the city. Well, I mean, a lot of people can, you know, but that's the bad thing, Paul. You know, some people are able to not have to be in the city, but the majority of people, they work in the city, you know, like me. I work all over the city. I don't, I may be at one place that's 15 minutes from my house driving, then tomorrow I may be 2 hours away driving from my house. See, David, in major cities that have a big homeless population, that could work. But there's always, you also have to know where the area is also, because even the homeless society, if they don't know you, it will, that dressing like that will cause a problem with the homeless society. And then if, like, if they've never seen you before and you're walking around like you're homeless, ripped up jeans, stuff like that, and they've never once saw you, they're they are more of attention getters than normal humans are. Huga, I have used I have the Sawyer mini filters. Um the last Sawyer mini filter that I'm using currently, I've used it for almost 3 years, and I probably got about maybe 400 gallons out of it so far. I mean, I don't know anybody that's actually ever drunk 100,000 gallons out of a water filter. Oh, yeah, Paul. Yeah, the clothes. I know. Yeah. Like, there's so many bad things. Like if you go to Randolph, which is beside the Randolph Air Force Base here in San Antonio, there's a bus stop called Randolph, and it's a via bus lane. And that place has one of the highest homeless populations. And every single one of those homeless people, they know everybody that's homeless. They know everybody that's a drug dealer. They know everybody that's a crackhead. And they know all this, who everybody is. And I've actually seen them. There was a homeless person that came from Austin that was riding one of the buses. And when he got off, he went over to the homeless section where they sit at across the street. And that homeless group and everything, is, instead of allowing him to get into the homeless community, they were cussing him out. They were throwing things at him. They said, "We don't know you. We're not going to let you into our family. We don't know what you're going to bring to us. We don't know anything about you." And they were making a huge, huge like scene over there. So that's kind of like a double-bladed knife, you know what I mean? Really, David. Hmm. See, because out here, Austin and San Antonio, the homeless people, like, they will literally kill each other if they don't like you. They will kill each other. We have a place called Haven for Hope, and that place has over like 20,000 homeless people trying to get a room for the night. And if they can't get a room for the night, they had to sleep out in the parking lot. And you usually hear on the radio that there was a stabbing, there's somebody dead at Haven for Hope. Yeah, kind of like that, Hooga. Like, usually, people will lose it, or it'll crack, or it'll break. I mean, before you even hit that 100,000 gallon mark. But the idea of Gray Man is to not draw attention to yourself at all. A lot of people have been brainwashed to go tactical, to go full out Rambo when SHTF happens. And that's in any situation. But in the reality of it all is, wear your normal clothes. Have all your stuff ready to go in your car. And also, if you do have a bug out vehicle, make it look as common of a car as possible. If you say you get an older model truck, say you get an older model extended bed, extended cab F-150 from 1991, okay? Well, you put a camper bed, a camper topper on the bed of it. Okay, and that's going to be your bug out vehicle. Well, make it look as ratty as possible. You know, if it looks like an ordinary work truck that's been used for work since day one, nobody's going to think that there's anything in that to take. Nobody's going to think that that truck has any value. That's why it goes to the term beater vehicles. People that soup up these old rusted vehicles and make them high-powered race cars. Yeah, the camo type pants are cool and everything, but the bad thing is it attracts attention unless you are in your 20s. If you're in your early 20s and stuff, a lot of people that are rappers, rappers and stuff like that, they usually wear old BDU pants and walk around with a sag and everything in them. Like, right, CR, yes. Yeah. Yeah, like the style, the look, that all has to come from that mindset has to come from the area that you're around, because every city is different. Every city has different styles. But you want to look at the majority of people in your age group. What do people of your age group usually wear? Um, I mean, look at all the people that were waiting in the line to get across the border in Ukraine. Okay? Look at the clothing that they were wearing. You had all walks of life of people. You had people wearing high-end clothing. Then you had people that were poor that were wearing basic blue jeans and shirts. You you didn't see anybody in that line going across in full BDUs and tactical gear and all that stuff. You didn't see that. Right. But I mean, even go back in time. Go back into just as recent as World War II. Okay? Look at the French resistance fighters. The French resistance fighters of World War II. They were ordinary dressed people. They did not wear anything tactical. They did not wear any BDUs. They didn't wear anything. And they were able to take out military vehicles. And it were able to take out troops in just bare minimum regular clothing. And nobody could tell them different, because when they ran off, they could blend right in with the crowd and nobody would know who they were or what they did. That's what you have to do. You have to be able to blend in and look the same as the people around you. And always go by your age group. Look at how old you are and go out and look at other people your age. how they dress, how they look. And that's how you know how to become a gray man. Because it's easy with regular clothes to be able to hide a gun, to hide a knife. I mean, if you have a belt, it's easy. And I know there isn't a single person here that doesn't own a regular black or brown belt for their pants. Yeah, CR. Yeah. See, like you don't need the high-end tactical gear. You don't own a belt, Shelly? Come on. You're not a black belt, CR. Ugh. You're not a brown belt either. Please tell me you're not a brown belt either. Shelly, you need to invest into a regular belt, girl. Oh, I love you, Shelly. Well, this Bix at the end of its life. You're not telling me what's below the belt. Oh god. Yes. Do it, Shelly. Right, Oz, right. Yes. You know, speaking of what's going on in Ukraine and everything, there was a I know a few Ukrainian um survival survivalist channels, and when everything started in the Ukraine, he was still he left to go to the woods. He bugged out away from the away from everything. And he took his camera gear and all this stuff, and you should have seen him out in the middle of the woods at his bushcraft encampment. He was fully decked out in all this tactical camo gear, everything, with his bug out bag and his bandolier belt with his shotgun and his hunting rifle and a bullpup machine gun and two handguns on his side. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, back. Sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, like he was fully decked out with all this stuff, and he hasn't done another video in like 3 weeks. Right, Oz, yeah. There you go, Shelly. Yeah, that'd be a fashion statement, girl. I mean, technically, everybody uses. I mean, technically, a paracord belt would work. I mean, you see a lot of young people now making duct tape wallets and stuff and using that. All right, Oz. No problem, brother. Yeah, simple belts are cheap. Simple belts hold, you know? Yeah. Ugh. It's a better mindset when you know what's around you. You, I mean, carabiners are used as keychains all the time. So nobody looks different when you have a backpack or whatever full of carabiners on you. Um, See, now y'all are getting the idea of the gray man in 2022, you know? There you go, CR. Only you would do that. But in in the year 2022, even the population has changed. I'm talking about the way people have created style. It's different in every state. It's different in every city. You could go to, like, here in San Antonio, it's military city, but there's a lot of anime conventions. There's a lot of people that do anime and stuff like that. So the majority of the people out here are young teenagers to middle-aged people that are either ex-military or are in the military, so they do carry some tactical gear on them. But even the ex-military do not wear tactical gear on them when they're going to places. Um, like a lot of my friends that I play Magic the Gathering with, they're all ex-military, but none of them. The only thing that they carry on them that's tactical is their backpack that they use to hold all their playing cards. Right, CR. Yeah, Schmog, yeah. Yes, ma'am, Shelley. Yes, ma'am. It they you will see the most common folks that are ex-military that don't even show that they're military. You wouldn't even know that they were military unless you looked at their tattoos. I have a schmog. I do carry one on me. I carry a black and white checkered pattern one. I do play D&D CR. I am a dungeon master, sir. And I have a level 24 Dragonborn, Black Dragonborn Berserker too. Well, Barbarian Berserker. Yeah, buddy. I'm a nerd because I got into those tabletop games and everything because you're going to need something to bypass the time during a SHTF situation. And the best way to keep your imagination flowing and your mind still working is playing thinking games, playing situational games like D&D. If you play D&D with a group of friends, you can literally find out their thought process. You can see what kind of mindset that these people have, and if they are good at specific things, you know? Yes, sir. I mean, yeah. I mean, a schmog is good in multiple things, Hooga. Um, schmog can be used as a meal bag. It can be used as a filtration for water. It can be used as a wet nap to put on your head and everything to cool you down. You can soak it in water. You can put it around uh, heat points, pressure points on your body to cool your body down. You can literally, if it's 100% cotton, you can cut small strips of it, use it as char cloth. It, it's a it's a good multi-purpose item. And also, you know, get it in basic colors, get it in colors that people that won't make you stand out, like mine, like I said, mine is black and white checker pattern, so it can blend in with any kind of clothing style. Like, a lot of my stuff is black and white. I'll wear a white undershirt, a white plain undershirt with black blue jeans or whatever. I can throw that around my neck. I can put it in my pocket. It's good for multiple things. And the more you have, the better it is. Yeah, yeah. It's so much. And it's so much bigger than a basic bandana also. Yeah. Yeah, you can use it for anything, sis. I mean, there's like 120 uses for a schmog. Yeah, see, those are basic colors. It comes in a lot of different colors. I've seen some that are like flamboyant colors that stand out like a sore a thumb. Yeah, but also, like I said, also in an SHTF situation, when you're prepping everything else, also look at mental health stuff, you know, board games, tabletop games, stuff that you literally have to use your imagination and be able to outsmart the competition. Um, if you can keep your mind thinking in a tactical manner, you will you will always be able to assess situations in a tactical way. Yes, yeah, gators are good too. Um, And what are they called? Balaclavas. Balaclavas are really good also. But never think that nothing is not needed in a SHTF situation. Yeah, see, there's going to be a time though, brother, when you run out of things to be able to create. You know what I mean? It's just like me. In an SHTF situation, I could do blacksmithing and all this other stuff to keep me motivated, keep me going, but running out of materials, being able to gather metal or gather any kind of scrap metal and bring it back without hindering myself is going to be hard. Um, and it's going to be the same thing with like sewing thread. Your needles are going to break. There's everything has everything has a end to it. And there's going to be a time where where a lot of stuff cannot be replenished. But if you have mental games and board games to help with the situation, especially if you're a bug-in prepper, you are going to need those kind of games. Yes, it comes with paper and stuff, but literally paper is easy to obtain more than, say, sewing thread and needles and metal and whatever else that you're going to need. Um, there is there's so many pros, there's so many cons to every situation. But like what I showed on my picture and everything, there is a website. I don't know if I don't know if y'all could see the website that was on that picture or not. Yeah, yeah, CRC. I used to do the same thing. But there's a website called Proper um Proper Gear, and it's a new age way of thinking for SHTF situation. Hey, Drop family, how you doing? That's cool, CR. But yeah, it's called Proper Clothing Line, and it's tactical gear stuff, but it's fashioned in it. It kind of rips off other big name clothing lines of their styles to make it more into a tactical gear, like the vest that's in my picture and everything. It's a I think it said a 24 pocket fashion vest. Oh yeah, Drop. Yeah. I mean, if there's an idea, there's a way to make it, no matter what you do. I mean, anything and everything is reusable in an SHTS situation. Um, but getting the time and the resources to find that stuff. Getting the time and the resources to find that stuff and to use that stuff, and finding a way to return it back to your homestead or your castle or whatever. Yeah. But like in an SHTF situation, it's going to be hard to transport that stuff. It's going to be hard to transport a lot of gear. The majority of SHTF situations is going to be scavenging. Scavenging the stuff that you need. But getting other kinds of materials that weigh a lot or take up a lot of space or anything, you're going to need the right vehicle for that. You're going to need the right amount of gas for that. And in an SHTF situation, gas is going to be one of the first things that goes away. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, CR. But but yeah, the gray man idea, like I said, is about blending in and knowing your surroundings, knowing the age group that you're in, and knowing what the styles and everyday wear is. I'm not talking about business attire. I'm not talking about what people are going to be wearing to go to work. I'm talking about the people in your age group when they're not working. Yes, it has to be a certain percentage of alcohol. I think it's like 110 proof alcohol can run in most carburetor type engines drop. Um, oh yeah, yeah, paper armor, yeah. It's the exact same idea and everything as how Japan folded their katana blades. I mean, anything if you add enough to it can be dense enough to stop. Is it 90%? Okay, yeah. I, I knew it was a high percent. I just didn't know because I know like carburetor, like my grandfather used to make moonshine, and he would put moonshine in his truck and give it more power and energy on top of the gasoline. And but his moonshine was like 120 proof moonshine. It'll burn out the engine, but yeah, it gums up the engine. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it destroys the engine by gumming it up with a higher octane alcohol. But if you're good with an engine and everything, you could clean it out. I mean, you could take it apart. You could clean the engine. Yeah, yeah. Trust me, Shelly. Ooh, that that 140 proof girl. Ooh, that you need to save that 140 proof and make Molotov cocktails out of it. Yes, yes, drop. Yes, it was. But with the Gray Man idea, you need to know your area. Oh yeah, drop, yeah. My grandfather's 1902 John Deere Imperial tractor. He never bought diesel for it. I mean, he used straight 120 proof moonshine for it. CR. Yes. Yes, drop. But that's the thing, drop. Most people don't have the basic knowledge to think outside of the box. Everybody is pre-programmed and preset to think a specific way. They do it in school, they do it everywhere. They make you think and believe that it has to be this way or no way. Where the older generation had to come up with auxiliary ideas in order to survive, because not everybody had a job, not everybody had a incoming paycheck every week. And that's a major problem that's going to happen with a lot of preppers. You know, a lot of preppers have have fallen into a certain mental state of mind, especially the older preppers. You know, the older generation preppers, people in their 60s through 70s, they are dead set in their ways. They are not looking at the future. They are looking at the past to try to survive in today's future. Right, drop. Yes. Yes. That is, yes, that is what thank you. That is what I've been saying all this time. Preppers prep for the what if, and not, and they don't even take into consideration or into account of the after effects of what's going to happen. Like, they don't take into the after effects of what happens after they run out of their year stock of food, if they run out of their year stock of medicine. Hey, with you are one of the select few that I like your way of thinking, drop. I like what you just said. Right, CR. Because you are talking about the after effects, where most people your age, drop, in the prepping community and stuff, don't even think like you. Right. Yes, and see, I'm the exact same way, drop. I have medicinal herbs, and I know how to make tinctures. I know how to make salves. Yes, but other people don't want to learn that. Welcome back, Oz. right. I love how people say, I have plenty of food. I have plenty of materials. I have plenty of this. You know, my mindset has always been, believe that you have a year's worth of food. If you think you have a year's worth of food, double the amount of that food. Now you have technically a year's worth of food. But the thing is, even people that have their own land and their own house and everything, they still don't have enough room to be able to stockpile that much quantity of food. I don't care who you are, unless you are filthy, stinking rich and able to afford a 38,000 square foot home in the middle of nowhere, then you may have enough room to do all the stockpiles and saving that you want. But the normal man or woman in society does not have that big of a house. I mean, most people have like a 1,800 square foot to 2,300 square foot house. Yes, CR. Thank you for that information drop. I'll have to look that one up. Yeah. It's a lot of preppers are kidding themselves. A lot of the mainstream preppers are kidding themselves on being able to survive in any kind of these situations. Because here's the thing, none of us, well, maybe besides Drop. I mean, I know I know Drop's parents and everything and grandparents went through a lot of the hardships and everything. But, you know, I know Drop has seen probably the gas wars and everything that happened during the 60s and the 70s and how people reacted. That's the thing. Nobody of, say, mine or CRs or anybody like in their 40s, nobody's ever actually truly seen real hardship. And they're trying to prepare for a what if scenario, but they have no idea about hardship. Nice drop. Nice. Yeah, you remember them. Yeah. You saw how people reacted, how people were going crazy. You probably remember the cars on Route 66. that would just run out of gas and people would just leave the cars on the side of the road. I mean, there's still hundreds of cars on the sides of the roads on Route 66 that is just dropped there because people couldn't make it to the next gas station. And they weren't going to walk to the gas station to get gas and come back. It was easier to buy a new car. Dice drop. I like you, drop. After this, I'm going to go over to your channel. You got a channel, right, drop? Yeah. Yeah, drop. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I will go over to your channel and I will join your family. But see, that's the problem with a lot of preppers today. Thank you, David. Thank you, sir. That's a problem with a lot of preppers today. They are thinking of the now. They are thinking of what's happening in the good. They know that they can get whatever they need to get now. Yes, drop. I've been doing that the exact same since I was like 8. I've been planting and gardening. Nice. Nice drop. But yeah, preppers think of now while everything's good because most preppers are I mean, most of these tactical survivalist channels, prepper channels, stuff like that, they some of them are ex-military. Some of them has seen some bad things that's happened in other parts of the world, but none of them has ever seen anything to affect them, you know? It's different seeing it from the outside than actually experiencing it yourself. Yes. A lot of preppers have the knowledge, have the what if scenarios played out in their head. Yeah, same here, drop. Most of my family were either devil dogs or ground pounders. I had 101st Airborne in the family, the only 101st Airborne in the family. I couldn't join the military because I have juvenile diabetes, so the military wouldn't take me at all. But all these preppers are prepping in the time in good times. They have a mindset, they have a thought process of what is going to happen. But in reality, none of us preppers know what's truly going to happen. Oh, Tell him thank you for his service. My grandfather was in World War II and the Korean War also, and he got medically discharged for flat feet. He served through both. Right, drop. Yes, they yeah, they don't keep in good shape. You know, I'm contradicting when I say this, but half of them smoke cigarettes, like 2 or 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I smoke, but I smoke like half a pack a day. Right, Oz. That is true. I mean, but that's why, but we need to, but preppers need to learn how home, uh, not homesteaders, like my grandparents and everything, they never called themselves preppers. They never called themselves homesteaders. They were just normal people. But that's why you need to learn how to can. That's why you need to learn how to grow your food and everything. But, there was no, back when my grandparents were alive, there was no grocery store that you could go and just buy anything and everything of canned foods that you need. All the stuff that was used in our cooking, we got out of the food cellar that was pre-canned from last year's harvest. Like everything. If we didn't even kill our own, cattle or pigs or anything unless they were too old to continue. Then we would put them out of their misery and then eat and process them. But they were our income. They were my grandparents' income. And everything that we had on the table, we killed ourselves. We hunted, we shot it, we processed it, and it became our food. Right, Oz. Yeah. I was the same way. I quit for like 3 years, and I was in a bar. I had a drink, and cigarettes go with a drink, and I've been smoking ever since. Yeah, yeah, drop. Oh yeah, Oz. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, brother. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard people say, they've quit over, so many X times, and it got harder and harder and harder until they just put it down and just never touched it again. I mean, I've cut back a lot. I've cut back a lot because when I went back to smoking, I was smoking like 2 packs a day, and then it took me time and time and time to cut back. Yeah, Shelly. Yeah. Yeah, Oz. I mean that's one of the mindsets, you know. That's one of the situations that I went through too. Like, what if something happened? You know, like what if my year-round garden, what if something happened to it? And that's why I have a backup wild garden. I have inside of my forest and everything that's on my 7 acres. I have planted wild plants, strawberries, blueberries, you know, wild asparagus, wild chives, tomato plants. And I've let nature try to regrow in the wilderness, and I even have prickly pear cactuses growing, stuff like that. Oh yeah, CR. Yeah. Yeah, drop. Yeah. New Year's resolutions going bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the problems I have is growing carrots drop because I'm in Texas. So there's some spots of my land that I can grow carrots easily, but there's some spots of land that I can only dig maybe about 36 inches and I hit bedrock. Nice. I love tomatillos. The best thing I can grow out here in Texas that is continuously growing is pinto beans and potatoes. All the other stuff is in my year-round greenhouse. Ah, okay, okay. Gotcha. Thanks for thanks for letting me know that drop. I didn't know the radishes did that. Oh, okay. So it's a low nitrogen plant, so it needs okay. So so it would work in normal soil, correct? See, I learn something different every day from somebody else. That's why I love this chat because there's things that I never knew about. That's why that's why I like doing live streams is because people can talk face to face time and ask questions and get answers than say bringing up a video. Oh man. Okay. All right. Thank you, Drop. Okay. All right. I'll have to check that because they grow, but they're not really big size. They get about maybe an inch to sometimes an inch and a half in size, but they're not fat. They're not fat carrots. They're really stringy carrots. Okay. That's cool. See, this is the stuff that needs to be said. Because not everybody is a master gardener. Not everybody is a master of it. There's a select handful. Okay. All right. Yeah. I got some raised beds, yeah. I usually use the raised beds and everything to grow my beans and my potatoes in. All right, CR brother, you take care. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Yeah, trust me, I wasn't I still have problems gardening, Drop. See, I compost with chicken manure because I have chicken manure, but I let it dry out. I let it bake in the sun. Then I use the composted chicken manure to fertilize my gardens. Oh yeah, same here, Drop. Trust me, I feel you 100% on that. But yeah, yeah, I use the chicken manure and everything for my beans and my potatoes and stuff. Maybe I need to. Oh, are they? See, I didn't know that. I was told different. I was wondering why my beets came out smaller because I wasn't using the chicken manure on them. Yeah, I use the Indian corn. See, I raise rabbits too. See, I didn't know that about rabbit poop. See, I raise chickens, I raise lion's mane rabbits, and I have guinea pigs, and I raise them all as a food source for me. Um, so I have plenty of rabbit pellets. Do I need to grind them up after they become hard? Do I need to make it like a soil type, or can I just plant it in with the soil that I turn up? Yes, ma'am, Shelly. I learned that in Tijuana, Mexico. In Tijuana, there is a there's a dish that is guinea pig meat. It's roasted guinea pig. Um, they use it like a barbacoa, and they cook it over a fire, burn off all the hairs and everything, roast it on the fire, strip the meat down, and shred it. Okay, okay, yeah. See, I knew that you can make the tea out of it. All right. Thank you, Drop. Thank you so much. A skinny pig. Yeah. Mm, I mean, when you raise guinea pigs usually breed. They breed every 6 months. You get between 3 and 4, well, 2 to 4, if the mama guinea pig doesn't eat her babies. Okay. Yeah, some parts of my soil and everything is highly acidic. Uh, that on like the north side of my property, that's where I grow all my pepper plants, from poblanos to habaneros to uh, I have jalapenos, habaneros, poblanos, and oh, what is it called? Hatch peppers. Hatch peppers. Nice, nice drop. Yeah, my brother-in-law, he he got about 15 pigs from Louisiana, and he's growing a pig farm right now. So yeah, pigs are really good. I mean, they're good for a lot of things. They're good for tilling up the land. They're good for taking out all the roots. Plus, their manure is really good too. Yes, yes, oxtail is great. I love oxtail soup. Oh, nice, nice drop. Yeah, I had to learn about butchering pigs and salting pig meat and brinding pig meat and ugh, it was something else, I'll tell you that. It was what what breed are you going to get, Drop? Oh, nice, Drop. Nice. Cross between African and Cuban. Ooh, that sounds good. Now you're making me hungry. Yeah, I do. I love it very spicy. Oh, the Idaho ones. If it honks, if it it's good enough to breathe. You don't care what it is, do you, Oz? I uh I like the Hershire. Um, I like the Hershire pigs because they get Hershire pigs can get between 800 and 900 pounds. A sow can. Um, the male can get between 800 to 1,000 pounds. Yes, ain't that the truth? Nothing beats bacon, especially pork belly. Oh, if you can make pork belly, oh, yes. I love pulled pork also, especially you don't get much pulled pork here in Texas, the state of beef. They've lost their handle on pork out here. But I've always liked Hershires. I mean, they're really good pigs. Um, plus also they're really good uh rooters. Like they root out everything and destroy everything. They make really good farmland too. That's what my grandfather used to. He would, well, yeah, they Texas is more of a beef state. Oz. They have a few pork places, but they cook pork really weird. Like they grind it up and make like pork sausages and stuff. But getting like breakfast and bacon and stuff like that, you don't find much of that out here. It's more of like cracklings, like the skin. Then they have like pork bellies. Yeah. Oh, no porking in Texas. Oh, yeah, that flew over my head. Oz, sorry. Sorry, brother. Uh, I'm tired. Oh yeah. Yeah, Shelly. Yeah. Pork belly is amazing. I love pork belly. It's so good. But I mean, I have the land to have pigs, but I don't like pigs. Yes, the jowl. Yes. I don't like keeping pigs. It's I grew up with them. I grew up smelling them. Oh yes, the black oak, yes. You don't really see much of the black oak being used anymore, drop. Um they've you know most places around here and everything, they always rely on mesquite. It's always mesquite cooked, mesquite smoked. And the mesquite kind of is just eh. Oh yeah. Right, Oz. Yeah, drop. Yeah, that smell, I mean, it burns into your nostrils and it never goes away, you know. That's why I stay with chickens, guinea pigs, and rabbits. I mean, you don't really you don't really get that much of a waft of smell from them. Yeah, that's true, drop. Yeah, it's not. Yes, Oz, yes. It's like, I finally got my hydroponics working. Hey, Gigi, how you doing, sis? Like, I finally got my hydroponics idea working and everything, and I have tilapia in it. Yeah, I need to make coop cages, the rolling coop cages. Right now, I've got them uh downwind from my house. I have probably about 150 mixed breed. I have like Rhode Island Reds and White Leggers. I'm sorry to hear that, sis. I hope you feel good soon. Yeah, hydroponics is it's something. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to the idea of it, but it's doing good. I've got my hydroponics doing microgreens right now. Um, I'm trying to go to um the farmers market and sell the microgreens, like the pepper greens. Um, I'm trying to grow that, and I'm trying to grow bean sprouts. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, and the tilapia and everything is it's supposed to be a one ecosystem working plan. The tilapia, they, they use the bathroom in the water, and what the tilapia does is supposed to feed the root system to the microgreens. And but are they? See, I didn't know that. Hmm. I'll probably have to pick some of those up too. Thank you for that drop. Yeah, I got the mixed pepper microgreen seeds. Then I've got the bean sprout microgreens. Too lazy for that. Well, the thing is my tilapia are like I came out this morning. Yes, yes, Oz. I had my tilapia for like what is it going on?
almost 2 months now, and I started out with 10. I have two hydroponic containers, and I had 5 tilapia in one, 5 tilapia in the other. And now I've got 10, 10 in one and 12 in the other now. Yeah, they do. They do, Oz. And they're suicidal. The tilapias are suicidal. I came out this morning and one of them was out of the water, flopping on the ground. Like it just jumped up out of the water, like to kill itself. I was like, why? What? Hmm. So now I got to figure a way to put a mesh or something over it. Yeah. Ah. Okay. The black seed sunflowers. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I can pick one up for like almost $5 a bag. Yeah. Thanks, Drop. Do they? Do they, Oz? Cause I, mm, I didn't think I'd have to put a netting over them or to stop them from killing themselves. It's crazy. Suicidal creatures. Thinking if I fall asleep and everything, I'm gonna lose half of my stock. Like, nice. Thank you, Drop. Yeah, I was just gonna do like basic farmers markets and just like sell them like that. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Oz. Yeah. I've started getting more. Uh, s- yeah, yeah, Shelly. I mean, tilapia is not a. It's a bland fish meat. True. Yeah, drop. Yeah, the orchard bird netting. Okay, okay. Yeah, I was looking at some of the black the 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 black stretch nylon netting. Oh, who doesn't love catfish? But the good thing about tilapia though is like what Oz said, they breed so fast. And it's it's a good long-term creature. And that's what my livestock is long-term creatures, ones that produce quickly and between 2 and 4. Because like even the tilapia, when they lay eggs and everything, they'll lay like 50 eggs, but only like maybe 5 will live because the other tilapia will eat it. I've been trying to hook up with Steve on a live. Um, it's just the way our time schedules are, sis. But let him know. Let him know. Let him know that I'll do a live with him at any time. But you take care, sis. Yeah, like gulpies. Yeah. All right, Shelly. No problem. Yeah, let him know. You take care, sis. Yeah. See, I don't know that much about these fish. Are you serious, Drop? Love you too, sis. Get some rest. That's crazy. You got to use a 22 auto. Wow. I mean, these tilapia that I have are good size. I mean, that. Oh wow. Yeah. See, I don't know much about fish, Drop. Yeah. 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 I see. I thought. I guess that's one of the problems. I was wondering why the fish were eating into the root systems of my plants. Okay. All right, thank you, Oz. Yeah. Wow. That's cool though, Drop. Yeah, see, the water and everything that I have is just clear. And I saw the bigger fish eating at the root system, and I thought that from what I've read that they clean off the oh, what is it called, the algae from the roots. Wow. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Drop. See, I thought they were cleaning off the algae and everything from the roots, but now that you're saying that, I guess they were eating the babies that were probably hiding in the root system. Huh. So, huh. Well, well, crap. I guess that means I'm not feeding them enough. Because the way that I looked at it and the way that they told me on the introduction video and stuff on how to make this hydroponic, self self self-sufficient system was like the root systems and everything were supposed to feed the fish. They were supposed to eat the algae off them. And that was supposed to be enough food for them. Yeah, true, true. Yeah, it's instinct. Yeah. Nice drop. Nice, yeah. Hmm. Okay. See, because I got one of those information DVDs on how to make a hydroponic self-sufficient system. Yeah, I feed them once a week. I feed them these protein pellets that are supposed to like it's supposed to it's supposed to like dissolve into the water, but it does it does okay. Well, crap. All right. Well, crap. I'm gonna have to rethink this system then, because they gave me these protein pellets that I'm supposed to put in once a week. It's supposed to dissolve. It's supposed to give minerals and everything into the water for the fish. It's also supposed to be able to be eaten by the fish, but once it dissolves into the water, the root system of the plants is supposed to absorb the minerals and thrive that way. Okay, okay. All right, yeah. I can dried corn or um like canned corn, because I could buy a bag of like dried corn cobs from my local feed shop to feed squirrels and everything, because I use that to hunt squirrels. Like I'll put a corn cob out and let them gnaw on it and pick them off. Yeah, yeah, my chickens and everything, they get a mix of greens, eggshells. They get bread, they get crackers, they get corn. Um, and also I give them mealworms 2 days out of the week. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Same here. If the bread gets moldy, yeah, I'll throw the bread out. I'll also throw them, fruit rinds and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So they're like so so they're pretty much like garbage disposals like chickens. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I give them a watermelon and a pumpkin, and I also give them a butternut squash once a month. Gotcha. Yeah. 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 Sea carp. Yeah. I love pumpkins. Yeah. All right, family. I'm going to have to get off of here. Thank you for stopping by and giving us all the information and everything, Drop. Thank you, Oz, for all your information. Oh yeah, yeah. See, that's what I want. I want a nature-grown garden also. Take care, David, brother. But yes, eat some meat. Yeah, yeah. All right, family. Y'all take care. Y'all have a y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all probably tomorrow night. I love you, family. Take care, and I will see you all soon. I'm gonna crash. I got a doctor's appointment in the morning. So, love y'all. Thank you, family. Take care. Bye. Good night, y'all. Take care. Bye, family. Y'all do the same thing. Stay safe and God bless to you too, Oz, brother. God bless to you too, Drop. Take care, family. Bye.